Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at gcnlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Everyone all set, cocked, locked. Here we go. Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We broadcast 2 hours from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. And if you'd like to call us, today we're going to be talking about finance and economics with Captain John Regan. Our call-in number, we'll pay for the call, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. There's a link to all of your instructors on the website, USAPrepares.com, USAPrepares.com. Aaron's engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. Captain John Regan's with us. I'm Vincent Finelli. Welcome, Captain John Regan.
Good morning, Vincent.
How long have we been doing this? A couple of years, right?
It was February 2012, the first time I was on the air with you there in Springfield.
February. How can you remember these things? That was a bad day.
It happened to be on my mother's birthday.
Okay. All right. Because, I was going to say, that's an amazing memory you have. February 2012. Wow. How time flies, John. Well, I wanted to share something with you. I had a chance to travel a little bit this weekend. And I was in the truck, and I traveled through the back roads of Missouri and Arkansas. I saw some really disturbing things. You know, Arkansas and southern Missouri, absolutely magnificent. You know, it really, as you look out the windows, as you travel, the landscape, the mountains, the Ozarks, the trees, you know, what man has not destroyed is absolutely magnificent. And I saw more billboards without messages. Now, I don't think billboards are particularly attractive. I don't. But they're certainly not attractive when they don't even have a message on them. I'm talking about a billboard waiting for a message, waiting for a customer, waiting for an advertiser. Saw a bunch of them, way too many of them. You know, another sign of decline. What I'm saying is, you can go north, south, east, or west of wherever we are. And if you're in rural America, you're going to see this. At least I have. I saw something else that is kind of a new phenomenon, John, and that's gas stations closing. You know, it seemed to me that gas is something that everybody buys, or darn near everybody. Well, I saw a lot of gas stations that have gone under. And I'm talking about, you know, mom and pop, small business gas stations out of business. I saw the dollar type stores, new ones, sprouting up. Dollar stores, you know, where you get inexpensive products, overstock, leftovers, things like that. I saw flea markets, businesses that have gone out of business that now use the building to house flea markets, meaning an indoor garage sale. Saw a bunch of them. And I saw the decline of properties. People who have homes just can't seem to paint them, maintain their little yards, maintain what could be grass, which is turned into weeds. Businesses that have out of control grass and weeds growing all around. Parking lots with grass growing through the cracks. Obviously, no one's driving over them. And a phenomenon that I think is just one more exclamation point of the decline of America. You know, when you look at the churches that were built in the late 1800s, they were made of stone. Magnificent structures. I submit to you, we can't do it today. We can't build a church like as we did in the cities of the late 1800s or 1900s. I don't believe that we can build them today. And now, what are we making the churches out of? Steel. We're making churches out of steel. I'm talking about if I were to build a barn right here on the farm, I might build some short walls out of concrete, put some iron trusses up, or I might sink some 6x6 or 8x8 posts in the ground. Put some purlins around it, screw some steel sides on it, put some trusses across the posts, put a roof on it. I might do that as a structure that might last 40, 50 years at the most. We're making churches out of steel now. Steel sides, steel roofs. I think a steel roof is a great thing, but that's not what I think of as a church. John, I see the decline all over the Ozarks. Your thoughts?
Maybe if Obama improves the economy anymore, they'll start building churches out of cardboard boxes.
How about he wants to rename Mount McKinley? Did you read that?
Yeah. And
I don't necessarily, think that it's a great name, nor do I think it's not a great name. I'm neutral on it. But he won't leave anything untouched. Nothing. He has to put his dirty fingers in everything. The economy, healthcare, privacy, everything you can think of. John, I was in Arkansas yesterday, and Arkansas is beautiful where people haven't touched it. There's a tremendous amount of poverty in Arkansas, in rural Arkansas, a tremendous amount. There's a tremendous amount of poverty in rural Missouri, where I live. But when you get to the cities, a big city, or even a medium-sized city in Arkansas, it looks like everything's okay. It really does. The buildings are neat and clean. The lines are straight. Grass isn't growing in the parking lots. It's expansive. However, what are these big buildings made out of? I walked up to a hotel yesterday, a top-of-the-line brand-name hotel, and I touched one of the columns in the entrance. It's a great big column that supports the overhead roof, where you can park your car for a couple seconds and run in, check in, and then move your vehicle. It's made out of styrofoam with a very light skin of concrete. So it looks like it's a stucco, well-built structure. It's styrofoam. Literally, it's shaped styrofoam with a really thin veneer of concrete or mortar. Try it yourself. Next time you go to one of these hotels that looks like it's concrete, just tap on the wall with your fingernails. Just tap. You won't believe it. It's not stone. What I'm saying is, how long is that going to last? Is that a 100-year building or is that a 50-year building? And if you walk inside, you'll see what appears to be real molding, stain molding, expensive molding. It's all a facade. It's cheesy, but it looks expensive. That's the point I'm making. The structure's not there. The durability's not there, at least in my opinion. And that's just one more sign of the decline. Because if we could build a better structure, if we could afford to, if we weren't living in the moment, like, let's bang it out, let's get our parishioners, let's build this steel church, let's get the pews in here, let's start praising the Lord, and let's start passing that plate. Okay? Time's a wasting. We're losing revenue. Let's get that money in here right away. So let's bang it out. Instead of building a church that's durable, that would last 100 years or 200, let's build one out of steel sides. Screw it together and get that plate moving fast. Seems like that's what we're up to. Back to you.
Well, the thing is, we can't afford anything but cheap, and even cheap is expensive now. And I think it's starting to look a lot like the Great Depression. You know, back then we had the 5 and 10 stores.
Right.
Only then it was the nickel and dime. Today it's the $5 and $10.
Right. Right. And I am seeing things that we don't need. People are, for some reason, are paying attention to some things that we don't need. Like, we don't need sports games. At least I don't think so. I'd rather see that money going to something else. Where is all the money going? It has to be going to government, regulation, taxes. That's where it's going. And the siphoning off. By the way, when I was in Arkansas, when we got close to a city, there were cameras on every light. Every light. Didn't matter which direction you were going, you were on camera. And the hotels have cameras. Everywhere. Everywhere. It's not a comfortable feeling. I don't like that. I mentioned to somebody I was with that, wow, I just don't feel right here. And I met a guy from out of state, and we were talking about cell phones. And he wanted to know my cell phone number. I said, I don't have one. So, are you kidding? I said, no, I'm not kidding. I don't have one. John Regan and I'll be right back. Meet up tonight, Silent Nights on stage. We're going to be talking about underground tunnels. Next week, Larry Nichols live via teleseminar at the meetup. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
We've all heard the news stories. Another shooting. And they're getting worse. That's why Infidel Body Armor introduces Infidel Fridays. Exclusive 24-hour insider deals to save you money and possibly save your life. Make it a favorite when you log on to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Then be sure to visit each and every Infidel Friday to get special insider pricing, but for 24 hours only. That's InfidelBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Do you owe the IRS money? Do you have years of unfiled returns? Has the IRS garnished your wages or put a lien against your house? The IRS has the power to make you pay back what they claim you owe and will stop at nothing to collect. If you are losing sleep over your IRS tax problem, there is a solution. Call Signature Tax now. Speak with our professionals and feel the weight of your tax burden lifted from your shoulders. Call 800-643-4661 for your free and confidential analysis on ending your tax nightmare. We can help get your life back on track and give you the fresh start you deserve. Our A-plus BBB rated tax resolution team has over 125 years of combined experience to get you the best deal possible while stopping the IRS dead in their tracks. Call Signature Tax now at 800-643-4661. Call 800-643-4661. Again, that's 800-643-4661. 800-643-4661.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Class Captain John Regan's with us, U.S. Air Force Reserves, retired. His website is thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. John Regan's on the air with us every Monday, 2 hours. And we talk about the news. We talk about what's happening, what you need to know, what it means, and what to do about it. John, what's first?
Well, let's go ahead and get rid of the drought report. Not much has changed. California was no change. We did have that rain here in Texas that helped a tad, but we're still over 10 million people affected by drought. That was just down to zero a few weeks ago. And the only thing I brought up that is of note is came across an article where in California, farmers are having a hard time for the lack of water. However, if you're part of the elite class, it doesn't matter. You just go ahead and pay the fines and have your pools and water your lawns. It just doesn't matter. You're little peons. Yeah.
Did you say peons or pedons?
What's the difference?
I think we're the pedons. Okay. You're absolutely right, John. So I was reading a story about these actri, the plural of actors and actresses, the plural of plural, actri. They seem to have these gargantuan homes and pools, and they water their lawns, and they're immune. They're immune from the drought. At least they think they are. And from what I've read, fine's $100. So, I mean, really, what's $100 in the scheme of things, right? For them. Now, for us, it's significant. What a racket. What a racket. You set a fine that's meaningless, to them, that group, and to the rest of us, it's meaningful. Yeah. Two sets of rules, right?
That's the way it is in any communist country.
Yeah. And I was thinking also about how these actresses look now. I mean, they are on the fast track to aging. They have to be rebuilt and remodeled and reshaped. And because they're aging way, way, way faster than the norm. And they have to be rebuilt often. And it's not working. And they're looking horrible. If you see one of these actri that someone snapped a photo of them pushing a shopping cart. They look horrible in many cases. They look absolutely horrible. And you wonder, who would ever pick them? How would they pass a screen test? Who would pick them to put them in front of a camera looking like they look? I mean, they have to have layer upon layer upon layer of war paint just to look semi-presentable. And their lives are in shambles. So many of them are dysfunctional. They don't even take the last name of their husbands. Well, because, they'd have to change last names so many times. 8, 9, whatever it is. It's interesting, John. Don't you think that young people look up to these, like Miley Cyrus and the Kardashians? What family is more dysfunctional than the Kardashians? We take a world-class athlete, Bruce. He doesn't know what he is. I mean, how would the average American feel if you walk in and to your parents' best bedroom and you find Dad in high heels trying on a new dress? I mean, how would you feel about that? That's where we're going. And we're saying, well, boy, Bruce is really courageous. He's dysfunctional. He's not courageous. He's lost his mind. Well, just my opinion.
We have the Netflix DVD subscription. Rather than streaming, which has a limited selection of movies, there's a lot more available. Of course, you have to wait for the mail, but you have a bigger selection. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you my observation when we get back from the break.
Okay. John Regan's with us, Captain John Regan, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. If you click on the news tab of thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, you can follow along with us. Tonight, Meetup, Silent Night. Next Monday, Larry Nichols live via teleseminar.
No way. Is that a real bullet necklace?
No, it's a 9mm bullet necklace with matching earrings, you'll notice.
Those are awesome. Where'd you get them?
Dave found them at patriotnecklace.com.
Wow.
They have a variety of calibers and necklaces and earrings and keychains.
Patriotnecklace.com?
Patriotnecklace.com.
Your choice of caliber bullet includes a rugged American-made stainless steel dog tag chain. A percentage of every sale goes to military and service-related charities. And get a discount by entering GCN at checkout. Show your patriotism and support our troops with a bullet necklace from patriotnecklace.com.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
Ah. When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with a medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to SayAHHnow.com. SayAhNow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
The human body is more than 60% water. Your brain and muscles are 75% water. And your blood is 92% water. Water's vital to your body, and alkalizing your water is the key to keep it running at its best. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops keep your entire body healthy, boosts energy, promotes weight loss, and even fights cancer. Call 800-518-7615 or go to alkavision.com to find out more. That's ALKAvision.com.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
We've been patiently waiting while you tried to ignore us, waiting while you acted like we didn't exist, waiting for our chance to be taken seriously. The wait is over. GCN is available 24/7 at GCNlive.com. Navigate through news from your favorite hosts and download archives of past shows. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet or visit GCNlive.com for instant access and live streaming. GCNlive.com, the future of talk radio, now at your fingertips.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Okay, honey, I have to ask, and be honest here. Have you been taking a little blue pill? Because things have been pretty good in the bedroom lately.
No, I swear.
You didn't pick anything up at the Pharmacia last month in Cancun?
No.
Well, something's different.
I have been taking that heart and body extract you bought me.
But that's for your heart and to control your cholesterol.
Well, I read HB extract also promotes healthy prostate function.
I never guessed it would work this well, but
you're glad it did.
Captain John Regan's with us. And we've got a caller, Larry. Larry's on with us in Arkansas. Welcome, Larry.
Hey, Vincent. How are you and Captain John? Vincent, forgive me for barging in on you, but I wanted to say a special thank you for coming up yesterday and being a part of something very special in my life, which was, group from California coming in to make a video to try to help us further the cause. And you were wonderful. You were great. You're kind of good looking for a, sort of conservative way.
Mrs. Finelli says I have a radio face.
That's right. Well, she was wonderful as well. So kind and gracious to come up with you. And folks, I tell you what, he drove a good 4.5 hours just to get here, and I would assume 4.5 to get back. And it was just so graceful of you. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And,
Larry, I didn't say anything about what we did over the weekend, and I was going to leave that to you. So whenever you decide that you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. But you're with us every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
For 2 hours, and I know that it is it's difficult for you to do this. It's physically difficult for you to do this, and I was glad.
Vince, I think you got a glimpse of kind of physically some of the challenges I have. I wish I wasn't, but I am. But I will do what I got to do to help us get our country back. I will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you have a plan. It's not difficult. It's quite simple. If everyone within the sound of our voice just says, you know what, I think I can make a few phone calls. I can be part of this. That's all it's going to take. I would say if everyone who listens to the sound of our voice spends 1 or 2 or 3 hours, over the next couple of months to make a few phone calls, to get some information to our elected representatives at the state level and say, I'd like you to know about this. I'm going to send you an email, point you to a website, get you some information. And it's really simple. And it will only take the representative about 45 minutes to come to understand what needs to be done. So literally, how can any representative say, you know what, I am too busy to do the work that I was hired to do. I'm too busy to listen to my constituents.
Vince, it's a shame, but one of the purposes for me doing the video that we did yesterday was so that your listeners would literally have something that they can get to their representative and something that they can hopefully do what was done with the Clinton Chronicles, which in that day people would literally invite a couple of neighbors over, a couple of friends, family members, and watch it and then discuss it when it's over. You would know better than I, Vince. You were there. I try to tell it as honestly as I can. I try to come across like me, and you would know whether I come across as some kind of flake or nut, but it's heartfelt for me. I think you noticed that in the way that I could do it.
Larry, I was there. Are we, is this an announcement? Is that what this is, Larry?
Yeah, go ahead. Anything and everything, the good, the bad, whatever. You were there. I mean,
okay. All right, class. Here's what happened. Larry invited me to come to Arkansas yesterday, and I knew about it several days in advance, and I did what I needed to do here at the farm to make that happen. So we had some coverage at the farm, and Mrs. Finelli and I drove the truck down to Arkansas, where Larry and those filming this documentary were. And I literally saw Larry Nichols get in front of a camera without any rehearsing whatsoever, deliver the most riveting presentation that I believe you've ever heard. And you'll have a chance to hear it, and you'll have a chance to see it. I saw, without cue cards, without scripts, without coaching, the most brilliant 45 minutes of documentary I've ever seen. You could have heard a pin drop in that room. As a matter of fact, you could have heard a ballpoint pen writing slowly across a page in that room if you were there. It was that riveting. The presentation is not complaints. It's where we are, how we got here, and how to fix it. Something that all of us can participate in. And all you have to do is see this. Make sure your representatives see it. Call your representatives at the state level. Forget Washington. We're only talking about the state level. And ask your representative to present it to the rest of the state houses in each state. That's all it's going to take. And it will catch on like wildfire. if it comes. This is a grassroots effort from we the villagers, and I can't understand how even those who have been bribed and threatened by the federal government are going to say, you know what? Larry Nichols is absolutely right. Larry, it's too late to stop it now, isn't it? I'm talking about this presentation. It's too late. It's out.
It's out. And, Vince, I only wish I could take credit for the quote-unquote plan. Because it's actually quite brilliant. It's brilliant in its simplicity. The problem is I can't. The problem is that plan that I have studied and thought about for years came from our founding fathers. I mean, you talk about brilliant, Vince. They knew this day would come. They knew. Not only did they know this day would come, they set up our form of government to be specifically ready for this day and give us the tools to handle it. And all it'll take, Vince, you know this. I was so proud of you. I'm so proud of you because you absorbed this from the first day we met. All it takes is people to know. Now, when you go, as some have done, to their attorney generals and ask them, they're going to say, oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Folks, they say that because they're a part, knowingly or unknowingly, they're a part of this failure of us, we the people, to police and protect that which has been given to us, that we cherish so much. Some don't know, some are a part of a cabal to take it from us. But don't let them tell you something that's not true. Don't let them waive their, Vince, don't let them waive their degree in law, their acceptance to the bar, of lawyers, of attorneys. Don't let them throw that in front of you and wave it and say, you know nothing about this. We know it all. Because apparently they don't. But we're going to prove it to them. And I think the timing, I've waited. Oh, Lord Vince, I've waited for years. And I have sat to the sidelines, waiting for the day somebody would come out and do it. And now the time is here and there's nobody doing it. So we got to do it. We got to do it. You and me and the people listening. We got to do it. And, you and the people with the camera, they were somewhat amazed that I could sit and tell it. But it's the difference, Vince, of somebody reading a script and something coming from the heart. It is a part of me. It is me. I am it. And as soon as people get this, if they'll watch it over and over, it will become a part of you. And you'll learn it's not a matter of believing, Vince. It's a matter of knowing it's the truth. It is the truth. And I don't know. You were there. You've seen what it was. I don't know if you think people will be interested in it. I can't tell you that.
Larry, they absolutely will be interested in this. And what I did, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I had a little video camera and I shot, a few minutes of video of you shooting the video. And there's no cue cards. It was just, and I've got the proof of it. It was brilliant. All right, please stay with us through this commercial break. By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USILVER for your free catalog, or go to OneSilverSolution.com. OneSilverSolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Many experts are predicting that food prices will surge this year due to the severe drought in California. 30dayfoodsupply.com has pre-purchased a large supply of ingredients, so we can continue to sell our 30-day food supply for only $99, and there's no limit to the number of boxes you can purchase. Our vegetarian meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and they're packed with oxygen absorbers in Mylar bags. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from the producers in Oregon and then pass the savings on to you. Call 800-700-2184. And remember, only $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit the website 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 800-700-2184. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com at 800-700-2184. 800-700-2184 for 30dayfoodsupply.com.
Now, a twice as nice Twin Kit special offer from Complete H2O Minerals for all GCN listeners. Get a Complete H2O Minerals Twin Kit with 33 different minerals, vitamins, and amino acids all in a liquid form. Enough for 2 people for 1 month. Regular price $89.95, but now Complete H2O Minerals is offering the Twin Kit for $69.95. And all GCN listeners receive a bonus 16-ounce bottle of Ionic Silver absolutely free with free shipping. A $120 total value. Hurry, limited time offer. Call 803-794-4767 or click CompleteH2OMinerals.com.
Mike Stenerson from Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it led back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
class, so what you're hearing is live, of course, but it was totally unexpected. I did not want to make the announcement before Larry was ready, so that's why you hadn't heard it from me until Larry called in, and I did not know he was going to call in. We're talking about Larry Nichols. And what happened was yesterday, Larry did another documentary, and it will be available pretty soon. And I don't know the timetable, but I would expect very, very soon it will be available, and you'll be able to get it in your hands. And we'll be announcing how to get it and where to get it and so forth. And Larry, I understand that there'll be, and correct me if I'm wrong, we're going to have a limited number of these documentaries that are going to be hand signed by you. Is that correct?
Vince, to my knowledge, that was something that I heard about yesterday, but you bet. I wish I could sign everyone.
I know.
I just, of course, won't be able to, but you bet.
Okay. It was going to be a small number that we're going to be hand signed, and I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to this coming out, Larry. You know, there aren't many plans that are simple. I mean, things today are just so complex we can't even talk about them. You know, in a short time. This is a very, very simple plan. It's basically
that's one of the reasons. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's basically saying no. It's doing the kind of things that we teach here at USA Prepares. You know, if you don't like it, you say no. I'm not going to do it. And if you don't like Michelle's school lunches, you say no.
That's right.
If you don't like the cameras,
that's one of the reasons I come on with you every Tuesday for 2 hours, because you have the perfect format: a school, a ground to learn, a ground where people can learn, a place where they can learn. And that's why I'm so grateful for you, grateful for Hagman and Hagman on Thursday evenings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know in the world of talk radio, there's 1,400 million different people that you could have on every day, and yet y'all are gracious enough to let me come on. But it's strictly for the plan, strictly to get people to understand it. And hopefully this video will be a tool that will help in that effort, you know, hopefully.
I don't see why it would not work, Larry. And I would think that the other team is now marshaling their resistance against the plan. I would think that they are right this second, Larry. I can I can just visualize guys and gals stomping around a room somewhere or a bunch of rooms somewhere. I can't believe they did it. Just a few people. Just a few people.
Few people, and, you know, one of the things we talk about briefly on the video is 21 years ago. Mm-hmm. 21 years ago, I sat in a setting very similar to that, and I told who I was, and I told about the Clintons. Nobody had ever heard of me. Nobody really knew who Bill and Hillary were at that time. But over the years, I think pound for pound, what I said turned out to be true. And yeah, buddy, I went through the gyrations of being called everything under the sun. I went through the gyrations of people dedicated to thwart what I was doing and to block me at every turn, and I'm sure it'll come again. I'm sure of it. But this time I gotta fight you.
Larry, thanks so much for joining us, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank
Captain
you
John
for coming
Regan.
Yesterday.
You're welcome, Larry, and we'll see you tomorrow right here on USA Prepares for 2 hours, Larry Nichols. And then next Monday, not this Monday, But the following Monday, we're going to have Larry Nichols live via teleseminar at Jimmy's Egg, our meetup hangout in Springfield, Missouri. Larry Nichols, thanks so much for being with us. John Regan, I'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
My name's Clyde, age 59, and I reside in Florence, South Carolina. The doctors diagnosed me as having clogged arteries. It felt like I was carrying heavy concrete blocks around my feet and legs. I started taking Heart and Body Extract as directed. It is less than 3 weeks, and I'm like a young man again. It's unbelievable that an herbal formula can work so fast and so powerfully.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Everyone all set? Cocked, locked. Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. John Regan's with me. John, hour number 1 was not planned.
Nothing we do is planned.
Literally, that was not planned. Larry Nichols announced that he had done another documentary, and I did not want to say, that we did that. So when I was talking about driving to Arkansas in the truck, absolutely true, I just didn't say why. And he invited me to go down there, and he said they were going to be shooting a video, and he asked me if I wanted to come down, and I said, I'd love to. I wanted to meet Larry Nichols. I've heard him on the air for, I don't know, since the 90s. And, when you first hear him, you go, no, it can't be. Really? Is our government that corrupt? Are these people that corrupt? Do they have no morals, no values, no scruples, no integrity? Anything goes? It's like these actri that we have that are taking selfies. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. I want to be somebody. And, their character is lacking. Well, he's exposing what has gone wrong with our government. I've heard him say, that talk about the scandals. He's the guy that got Bill Clinton impeached. He made it happen. He kept exposing the scandals, all except for one. And he's made this a mission to restore our country. And he's been on the air with us many times. As a matter of fact, every Tuesday, we've done a series of 9 lessons. And you were there for the first one, John Regan. And you've been involved with this too. So, class, when you see this video, this documentary, I believe that you're going to be on the edge of your seats. I believe that you're going to want to call your closest friends and family over and say, I'd like you to come on over. I want you to see this. And imagine sitting down with some popcorn and watching this and having the person next to you say, stop. I don't want to miss a single syllable. You can't eat popcorn. It's too loud. That's what it would be like. And literally I saw it unfold right in front of my eyes. I was there. And I believe I have some video of the video. And I may make that public. I have to look at it. But I was there. And that won't happen until after the video is released. But this isn't sensationalism. This is a very simple plan from our founding fathers to restore states' rights. It's that simple. John Regan, I just wanted to tell you that I did not know that this was going to happen. And I wanted to thank you for being with me today. So what do you have for us next, John?
Well, let me get to my report for today, Part 8. This one I have entitled Words Mean Things. And I think we might want to see if we have other instructors that can do a similar offshoot of this topic, because we have corporations and governments using words against us as well. They will use the legal definitions of words, and they trick you because the legal definition doesn't match what we think or what the common definition of a word is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just back up. Why I'm doing this report is I had a couple of books planned. The second book would have been on physical preparedness, the third book on spiritual preparedness, and I think we're at the point that we're pretty much out of time, and I'm trying to get as much of the information out as quickly as I can. So it's not as nice and neat as it would be in a book, and it might not have the same flow, but I'm trying to get the essential information out there. So today's presentation is probably a condensed version of what would take several chapters in a book. And speaking of books, have you or anybody you know ever talk about the books of the books?
No.
You don't think that phrase even makes sense?
No, it does. But I don't think that's something that I've heard talked about.
Well, the thing is, have you heard anybody talk about the books of the Bible? Using that phrase, the books of the Bible. I
have. Yes, I have. Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, Bible means books. So when we're saying the books of the Bible, what we're actually saying is the books of the books. And I'm sitting here looking at a Bible on my bookshelf, and on the spine it actually says Holy Bible. And what that really means is the set-apart books. But if we went and talked about the set-apart books, how many Christians would even know what we're talking about? Words mean things, even when we don't know what they mean. And we have somebody running for president that asks a question, what difference does it make? Well, that's what the rest of this piece is about. Let's start off. When is a sin no longer a sin? Do we have a vote? Would that vote need to be unanimous or a simple majority or a supermajority? Or just do we have to commit the sin for a number of times and then it's no longer a sin? Or do we need to do that for years or for generations? Well, when I read my Bible, what I'm seeing, a sin has always been a sin and will always be a sin. The other thing I've seen is what might change is the consequences of the sin. And I use an example, the first murder. We know that Cain sinned when he slew Abel. But God hadn't yet provided a law concerning murder. So if you read and I've got a link to Bible Gateway in here where you can go to the passages to look it up. This was actually from chapter 4 of Genesis. God prohibited others from taking Cain's life for the murder of Abel. And we go a little bit further in Genesis into chapter 9. And after the flood, God provided that anybody that shed man's blood required capital punishment. And I know some would say that Jesus put an end to capital punishment in John chapter 8. And there's a couple of things about that. One, the earliest manuscripts of John does not include those first 11 verses that we have in John chapter 8 today. So we could make one argument saying, since it wasn't there originally, we shouldn't use something that was added later. But we could even take that a step further, and let's just say it was real. Now, this is one of those times when they set a trap. And they designed these traps so that no matter which choice Jesus would take, it would trip him up and discredit him. So we've got a matter of law here. On the Jewish law side, when you have this matter of adultery, both the man and the woman are to be brought up together for trial and punishment. And only the woman was brought, so the proceedings should have been stopped until the man was brought in too. So had they continued the way they were wanting to go, he would have been discredited under Jewish law. The other side is, during that time, they were occupied by Rome. And my understanding is, under Roman law, capital punishment can only be carried out by the state. So you'd either be in trouble with the Jewish side or the Roman side. Either way, they'd have Jesus out of the way. And regardless of what the punishment should be in order to protect society, we have the choice to repent or not repent. Words mean things. And the next section I'm borrowing from the Financial State of the Union, and I'm going to hold off on that because I know the break's coming up. I'll go ahead and any comments you want to make at this point.
John, have you had the opportunity to meet Mike Wasson, who's one of our meetup instructors, who jumps up very often, and he says exactly what you're saying. Words mean things. Have you had a chance to meet him?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, he's been coming to the meetups with his family for years, and he travels. He will not get a travel certificate. He will not get a state-issued certificate giving him permission to travel. He spends a lot of time in court, and he literally holds off the men in black dresses. He literally holds them off because words mean things. You're absolutely correct, and I'm looking forward to having him explain that as well on the air. We'll be right back with John Regan. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with the medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to SAYAHHnow.com. SayAhNow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Captain John Regan's with us, and John's talking about words have meaning. Please continue, John.
I say this next part is out of a chapter in the Financial State of the Union. Never stop learning. Sometimes the hardest part is unlearning something that was wrong. Like most of you, I learned about the Ten Commandments when I was young, even before I started school. In the King James Version and in many modern translations, one of those commandments is presented as, "Thou shalt not kill." and that's in Exodus chapter 20 if you want to look things up. I could make an argument that that's a reasonable presentation for a child. The problem is I had to learn as an adult several decades later that I was given a poor translation. The word translated as kill really means murder. It's true that all murder is killing, but not all killing is murder. Killing someone by accident is not murder. Neither is killing in a war, and might just expand on that. Definitely a defensive war where you're trying to defend yourself. And I believe we don't see any examples in the Bible where Israel was in an offensive war except in a capacity to reclaim the land that was given them. Self-defense isn't murder, nor is capital punishment. How much strife and division have occurred just through the poor translation of this one word? And think of how much has been misused. Because of my ignorance, I couldn't even point out that someone's using that commandment in a faulty way. Life is a learning experience. I think if you think you've learned enough, you haven't learned your lesson yet. Sooner or later in my books, we'll get around to discussing the actions we should take for our future. Hope that when we part, you'll have a clearer picture about what's best for you and yours. And as I said, I'm not sure there's enough time to write another book, and that's why I'm doing this series of reports. And this is probably another good part to stop for discussion before the break, and we get into the next interesting area that we, considering something that we live with every day of our lives here. So, Vincent, your comment?
John, I remember in elementary school, I'm talking grade 2, 3, 4, where we actually had one of the students read a piece of the Bible every day before class. We would say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and we'd have, and I'm talking about public school. We actually did that. And we were taught right from wrong. And what you're saying is, well, we weren't exactly taught what everything meant, but it was more simple. It was more black and white in terms of definitions back then. Thou shalt not kill. I wish we could get back to it. I wish we could get back to the basics.
What's so ironic is the first public schools in America were created so that they could teach, the Americans that couldn't read, how to read their Bible. And today, that book is no longer welcome in public school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're seeing things change rapidly in front of our eyes. John, one of the things that I wanted to mention is, well, it's probably not the right time for it, but you know how we talked about the cameras in the parking lot of a Walmart in Fredericksburg, Virginia, scanning license plates to see if it was if they were valid within or not expired. Remember the TV cameraman and the anchor who were shot a few days ago? You know, they found the alleged gunman of the alleged victims with state police cameras, license plate identification. I know that this doesn't quite tie with what you're talking about, but we're not being told the truth. We've been lied to for a very long time. We have to fix it. We'll be right back.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX or my website, danpilla.com.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with a medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to sayahhnow.com. Sayahnow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit. Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
We've been patiently waiting while you tried to ignore us, waiting while you acted like we didn't exist, waiting for our chance to be taken seriously. The wait is over. GCN is available 24/7 at GCNlive.com. Navigate through news from your favorite hosts and download archives of past shows. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet or visit GCNlive.com for instant access and live streaming. GCNlive.com, the future of talk radio, now at your fingertips.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
That's the sound your brain makes when you realize you're buying something and forgot the coupon. Online or in a store, knowing that you're missing a deal is the worst. You need the app from Retail Me Not right now. Get thousands of coupons from 50,000 stores like Kohl's, Domino's, Best Buy, and more with crazy deals like 60% off, free shipping, and free gifts with purchase. You can get a text invite to download the Retail Me Not app 100% free right now for Apple or Android. Just text the code UPDATE to 42767. Then just show your phone at checkout to save. It literally couldn't be easier. It's 2015. Keep your coupons in your phone. Stop what you're doing and text UPDATE to 42767. Listeners will get a text with a link to download it 100% free. Never forget another coupon again. Text the code UPDATE to 42767 right now. That's UPDATE to 42767. Message and data rates may apply. For terms and privacy, visit retailmenot.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start.
Captain John Regan's with us, and John, you're talking about words have meaning, and what I was alluding to is that I was taught that the only killing that is acceptable is state-sponsored killing. That's what I was taught. Not in these words, though. Not in the words that I'm using. But when someone does a bad thing, we may execute them in prison, end their life. And that's something that we've been told that's a good thing. That way we don't have to care and feed for these people. So killing them, we've been told, is a good thing. We've also been told that it's acceptable to kill people in war. Now, but we've been lied to about why we have wars. We go and attack countries, other countries, little countries, and we beat them up and blow up their infrastructure, and we kill men, women, and children. And we said, yeah, that's good. I mean, we're really helping those guys. We're helping them by killing them, blowing the country up. And we're told that, that's acceptable. Who gets tried for that? Hardly anybody. So you're absolutely right, John. Words have meaning. And we need to think about what words mean. We really do. And we need to have the same lexicon. And you said this before. Today, you said this. That legal definitions of words are not the same necessarily as the definitions that we have for the same words. And we can be hung for things that we've said. Like, do you understand me? I've heard one of our instructors say that she said in court, when the judge said to her, do you understand me? She said, no, I overstand you. She would not submit to his alleged jurisdiction. She challenged him. You're absolutely right, John Regan.
And whether or not you believe in God and Satan, the thing is, the lies are very real. Well, let me continue on here.
Sure.
As we talk, it's the end of August, and I think everybody in the classroom could name off the names of the months from January through December. But based on the
John,
numbers
there's this. Can you hear the? Okay, there's this background noise.
Yeah, they do lawn maintenance on Monday.
So they're doing it with it sounds like a drone.
And they are right outside my window at this point.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So now we know what they sound like. Okay. Please continue.
Okay. So if I asked you based on the numbers of the month, what month is it? What would your answer be? I think most people would answer 8. Would anybody give me a 6? And look out a whole crew with these out there. Not all the months were named. The last month named was August after Augustus Caesar. The month prior to that was July, was named after Julius Caesar, giving us 2 months that were named after Roman emperors and like pharaohs. And I think some even people in America even consider Obama in this category. We're God on earth. But let's go and see what the other names were. We have January, which is named after Janus, the two-faced god. February, Februus was the god of purification, and Februa, the day of purification, was on the Ides of February, which is the 15th. March is named for Mars, the god of war. There's a couple of discussions on April. It could be from apiary to bloom, or from Aphro, from the Greek Aphrodite, meaning Venus, and I think that one's the more likely one. May for May, the goddess of spring, wife of Vulcan. June, named after the goddess Juno. But that's it for the named months. The rest are September, which is the 7th month. The sept in Latin is 7. October, like an octopus, it's the 8th month. November, novum, is 9. December is the 10th month. And we see that prefix in decade, 10 years, decimal, 10th. So they didn't even finish naming the months. But when you see that, then you realize that makes the first month of the year March. And this pagan calendar that we use is started off dedicated to the god of war. And that's something we seem to honor all too well. And if the months aren't pagan enough for you, let's look at the days of the week. We have Sunday, named after the sun. Monday for the moon. What gets interesting here is trying to determine which of those is masculine and which is feminine. We tend to think of the sun god and the moon goddess, which, if you go back to Apollo and Diana, that's what it is. But in the Norse mythology, which is what we get a lot of our English words from, it's the other way around. It's the sun goddess and the moon god. Tuesday, we get from the Germanic tu, T-I-U. In the Latin languages, you get Mardi. And again, here we are honoring the god of war. And Mardi Gras, which we have a party that definitely doesn't honor the God of the Bible, is called Fat Tuesday, but again, it's really Marty honoring Mars. Wednesday has Norse influence. It's Woden's Day, but that is the equivalent of Mercury. Thursday comes through our Nordic influence again, Thor, who's also known as Jupiter. Friday was the last Norse influence, Freya, the goddess of love, which in the Roman pantheon was Venus. And then Saturday, after the old god, Saturn. So we really do a good job of honoring these gods and goddesses, don't we? Some would say it doesn't matter to the modern Christian because we're not really worshiping these gods. And again, I think of Hillary's question, what difference does it make? Well, what does the Bible say? The first commandment, again, that's back in Exodus 20, says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." And while Bill Clinton might wonder what is, the word we need to concentrate on is what before is. In English, before can be referring to order. So it could be saying, you can have other gods, but I have to be number one. Before can also mean in my presence, like when you go to Thanksgiving and you have this feast laid out before you. Now, the next step is drilling down to the word that was translated from. And when you go to the Hebrew word, it doesn't really help matters because you're left with the same two possibilities. Is it about order or is it about in the presence of? Well, there is an answer just a few chapters later in Exodus 23 concerning foreign gods. And what it says is, do not even speak their names. Now, I've never heard that in a Sunday school lesson or a sermon. And I'll just end with a couple of questions here. When is a sin no longer a sin? And how do you repent without repenting? Words mean things. Vincent?
John, it's tough to comment on this. It really is. And I keep thinking back to some of the meetups that we've had where we talk about words and what they mean, and we talk about, well, how about some of the How about some of the issues that we vote on? Twisted words. Let me give you an example. The Right to Farm Amendment. We already had a right to farm. We came out, USAPrepares.com strongly came out against the Right to Farm Amendment here in Missouri. Farmers were coming out against the right to farm because words have meaning. We already had a right to farm. It was a twisting of the words, and that's what happens. We're conned, we're duped into thinking one thing, but we're really voting for the exact opposite. It's outrageous. And I'm glad you brought this up, John.
People wonder, what does it have to do with preparedness? And what I'm working on here is laying the foundation for what's going to be my conclusions. It's almost like prosecuting a case. You know, we're getting ready to go through a very severe financial collapse and probably even tougher times after that. We're not going to be able to do a whole lot in changing the culture of America right now. But what we should consider, and it's best off considered before we get into those tough times, is what are we going to do afterwards? And that's why I think it's important to understand the lies we've been told so we can have a better foundation later.
John, I'm so glad you're mentioning this because I've been taking a little bit of heat over the last couple of years because of the direction that USA Prepares is taking. Teaching about the truth and how to think and how to discern it for yourself versus how to store matches for 20 years in a jar. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with a medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to SayAHHnow.com. SayAhNow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
No way. Is that a real bullet necklace?
No, it's a 9mm bullet necklace with matching earrings, you'll notice.
Those are awesome. Where'd you get them?
Dave found them at PatriotNecklace.com.
Wow.
They have a variety of calibers and necklaces and earrings and keychains.
PatriotNecklace.com?
PatriotNecklace.com.
Your choice of caliber bullet includes a rugged American-made stainless steel dog tag chain. A percentage of every sale goes to military and service-related charities. And get a discount by entering GCN at checkout. Show your patriotism and support our troops with a bullet necklace from PatriotNecklace.com.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Okay, honey, I have to ask, and be honest here. Have you been taking a little blue pill? Because things have been pretty good in the bedroom lately.
No, I swear.
You didn't pick anything up at the Pharmacia last month in Cancun?
No.
Well, something's different.
I have been taking that heart and body extract you bought me.
But that's for your heart and to control your cholesterol.
Well, I read HB extract also promotes healthy prostate function.
I never guessed it would work this well, but
you're glad it did.
Oh, yeah.
Heart and Body Extract is a 100% organic formula that promotes a strong heart, healthy arterial flow, better circulation, improves erectile and prostate gland function, and provides youthful energy, strength, and stamina. Find out more at heartandbodyextract.com. Heart and Body Extract paired with healthy heart choices is a winning combination. Call toll-free to order or for free information. 1-866-295-5305. 1-866-295-5305.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Captain John Regan's with us. Meet up tonight, class. Meet up at Jimmy's Egg, and we're going to learn about the underground tunnel. Silent Night will be on stage tonight, and I'll be talking about my take on the news. And next Monday, Larry Nichols live at the meetup via teleconference. Jimmy's Egg. So if you'd like to participate, it's free. It's absolutely free. Just come to Jimmy's Egg on Battlefield Road in Springfield, Missouri. Information's on the website, usaprepares.com. I'll be there tonight. And by the way, John Regan, we were talking about words have meaning. The Obama administration is putting together a package of economic sanctions against Chinese companies and individuals who have allegedly benefited from cyber theft of valuable U.S. information. So the Chinese government is in the crosshairs of the United States government because of cyber theft. Now, how is that different from what the United States government has done to everybody in the United States and worldwide, spying on every person, place, or thing? How is that different? You were talking about words have meaning, right? How is that different? It's like, if the government kills somebody in prison, terminates them with extreme prejudice, gives them a lethal injection, electrocutes them and makes their brain a crispy critter, hangs them, firing squad, however they want to do it, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to invade little countries and blow them up. It's okay to declare war. It's okay to even not declare war and kill people. Men, women, and children. That's okay because, government sanctioned. But it's not okay for us to demonstrate in front of the Supreme Court. So we're looking at the evisceration of our rights and our freedoms. Those guys in the black dresses and their henchmen with guns, the blue plague, are changing the definitions of words. The reason that you've been arrested is because we know you thought something that is dangerous. Really? How does that compare to what our government is doing, which is dangerous? Just thinking about something that's dangerous is a problem now to the government. These guys are running scared. Wait till they see Larry Nichols' plan. Wow. Back to you, John Regan.
Let me try and squeeze a preparedness item in here. The third link is Let There Be Light. Mm-hmm. And as far as I know, this is only being manufactured in Africa. I'd like to see some here for those of us that want to be ready for when there's no electricity. It's a lamp that works without electricity, batteries, or sunlight. It's driven by gravity. So it's very easy to set up, and you've got a little bit of manual labor, kind of like a cuckoo clock, where you pull the chain down to lift the weight, and it has gears that basically would generate electricity, which powers an LED light. I think it's brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Are you, John Regan, I'm looking at this. Is this something like having a clock spring, except instead of winding the clock spring, you're driving it backwards by the weight of this device, which gravity pulls it down and turns gears which, slowly, the first gear turns slowly, the last gear in the series turns at a higher RPM, which turns a generator, which lights the light?
Right, and there's a video there that shows everything.
There you go. It's for your viewing pleasure on thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, and you click on the news link. And let there be light. John Regan, hey, thanks so much for being with us. Class, above all, honesty and integrity. We're not gonna go the route that the other guys do. We're not gonna lie and cheat and steal and obfuscate. We're just gonna tell the truth. We're gonna win in the long run. See you at the meetup tonight. Thank you so much, John Regan. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.